So we were just shooting here in the studio some videos of myself for my social media accounts for Facebook and for Instagram, and it's part of a wedding campaign that I'm putting together. Before I ramble on here, first things first, if you're not already following me on Instagram, please do so right now. This is a great opportunity to just whip out your phone and follow Travis Harris Photography. I have exclusive content, both photo and video related stuff on there. Great platform to connect with me, write comments on my images, ask technical questions, whatever you want to do, I will answer it there, probably the fastest. We took a quick break and we were talking about the business of photography, and I just wanted to jump back in front of the camera and just offer up some quick thoughts to you guys because I think it'd be beneficial. First things first, I meet a ton of photographers that are excellent at photography and they love photography and they just are so, dedicated and passionate about it. That's a word that I hear all the time, which is super annoying. And then I meet very few people, the very few out there that are extremely successful at photography. And when I say successful at photography, I mean that they are supporting a lifestyle that is above average from only their photography. Okay, in most cases, they're making above six figures. And that's the only thing that they do. Because if you're not making six figures in photography and then it comes tax time, you're really not making any money. At that point, it's really just a hobby, okay? I just wanted to offer up some thoughts on my perception of the business side of photography, okay? It really comes down to the mindset. What separates the people that are very successful from the ones that are just passionate about photography is business. It's your ability to separate photography from business. And you have to understand right out of the gate is that those two things are not related at all. It makes zero difference if your pictures are better than mine, if your images are better than hers, if she's better. None of that matters, okay? There is no best in photography. There is no better than or anything like that. No one cares. And the people that are paying money couldn't care any less that your images are better than hers or mine is better than yours. It just doesn't matter, okay? So step one, you got to get that shit out of your head, all right? Stop thinking in terms of better and best and who's got the latest and greatest gear, who has the best website, that just doesn't matter, okay? What matters is your ability to attract people that are going to give you money in exchange for your photography. And what you have to understand is that it's not just about the photography. You have to sell other things first. You have to sell yourself. You have to sell your value. You have to show people why they should hire you and not someone else. And ironically, the photography is almost the least of importance when you really look at the bigger picture. Now, there's this saying that I've heard 1,000 times that it's an 80-20, right? It's 80% running a business and 20% of the time you're actually taking pictures. Truthfully, from my own personal experience, I would tell you it's more like 90-10. So think about this. On a good year, I may shoot 35 weddings and a handful of other shoots and sessions and projects, whatever. All of that work of actively shooting, I could do in about 1 month. The other 11 months of the year, I'm doing many other things to ensure that the business is secure for another year. And that becomes the 90%. And that becomes my whole point. Now, if you want to actually quit your day job or earn enough money with photography, then you must start thinking like a businessman or businesswoman and understand that there is an art of photography, obviously, and all that goes into making a beautiful image and the technical and compositional and the vision and all that great stuff. But then there's getting people to give you money in exchange for your abilities and craft. They do not go hand in hand, they are not the same, and they are not related in the least bit. You must adopt this mindset now, or you're just going to be another person with a job and an expensive hobby. The mistake is this. People think that they need to be a great photographer in order for people to give them money, especially because they think there's so much competition out there. Now, this is true, but only to a point. You need to get basic photographic style down pat. You need to be able to pick up a camera, put it in manual mode, and fluidly be able to shoot in any situation with ease and understanding So there is, in fact, what I would call a baseline knowledge or understanding that you need to acquire. The mistake that most people make is that once you reach this baseline knowledge, you need to then shift your focus and stop putting 100% of your efforts into becoming a better photographer or trying to have the best looking website or getting the latest gear or whatever it is, and start focusing on how you're going to reach an audience, how you're going to stand out from the hundreds of others in your area, and why are people going to give you money for your photography. The very first thing is understanding that there is photography and then there is running a business. At the very least, you need to be great at running the business and good at photography.